Hello and welcome to Adam and Craig Do Stuff, where today we're doing a safari resort at Beekse Bergen. There's a bloody rhino outside our balcony! The safari park here at Beekse Bergen is absolutely amazing, as you can probably see behind us, but we've just been informed that our room is ready, so we are going to go check out the safari resort, aren't we?
Yes.
Go check out our Savanne Room. So we're going to go back to the car and we're going to drive around there and we'll show you what Beekse Bergen offer here at the safari resort. I am incredibly excited. You?
Yeah, we've come to unload our car and check into our lodge now. We're up there. Yeah, with that one, I think. We've got an first floor? Yeah, first floor.
Yes.
Yeah, first floor. Just driving around to a lodge, it literally looks like Centre Parks, but in a safari
it's the
park.
same concept as well. You have to bring your car so that you can unload, and then you have to take it back to the car park, and then you bring it round again when you unload. So like, there's no cars in the village when people aren't loading and unloading. So yeah, it's literally, and even like little bays and stuff.
Yeah. And the signage and what have you.
It's literally Centre Parks with African animals, which I am here for that. I'll tell you now. Don't worry, I'll sort the luggage. You make sure you get the potty. Don't mind me. This is us. You get a pin to put into the door when you first get here. Oh no, I'm worse than you. Oh no. Turns out when they said that our room was going to be available early, they changed the pin code. Oh, it's still not working.
Yay, finally.
We mess this up every time we do a hotel vlog. What are you doing? Come in! Can we talk about this view? Look at this! A rhino, a zebra. What are these over here you were telling me earlier?
Sable antelope.
Sable antelope.
We did have, it is, yeah, there's still a giraffe
I
right
say,
at the bottom.
giraffe.
Some more earlier. And I think we get ankole cattle as well, but they're probably around the other side. On the map it shows ankole cattle.
I think there's like 2 or 3 maybe little savannah bits, aren't there? There's lions sort of opposite our lodge as well, our hotel room. So there are a few different areas that you can see animals. It's getting a bit windy here, but you can see this is literally the view. This is our balcony here. We've got table space and seating, and this is literally, we're going to lighten you up there. There we go. This is our bed, look. We can literally, this is the view from our bed when it's not overexposed. Beautiful room, isn't it?
That is, and if you just move your jacket out of the way, we get a little safari hat. Oh, they're made from foam.
Safari hats included. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it looks a bit World War II there. There we go, safari hat. We've also, this looks like a TV, I know, but it's actually a window. I'll show you the bathroom in a second. The cute little table, little breakfast starter table here. And a TV. I don't know why you'd want to watch TV when you can watch the animals outside, but there we go. Coffee machine and such forth over here.
We'll get some water as well.
Oh, this one's going to take you through a whistle-stop tour of every single facility. So this is the bathroom. You can see the bath here and the shower. Oh, the shower over there. And then you have got the window, which looks, it's slightly tinted, but you can see right out into the animal enclosure. So you can literally, in fact, I'm going to test it out. Look. If we were to stand taking a shower, look, we can see, it's very echoey in here. You can see out there, look, whilst you're having a shower. It's exciting, isn't it?
That is exciting.
Beautiful sink here too. If you've watched our Paradise video, you'll know we love a good sink, don't we? We had a beautiful sink in the Polar Bear Lodge over there.
It's like granite or something.
Cupboards, lit up cupboards as well. Look at this, lads. Posh, very Hollywood. And then we've got, in here, we've got a separate toilet as well. You can see. So it's a beautiful room. There's a whole sort of house, village sort of thing, isn't there, with the restaurant and stuff, which we'll go to later and show you around. But, I mean, that's the selling point, isn't it? That's incredible. Wow. Now, many of you are probably wondering how much it costs to stay in such an amazing place like this, and we will go through that a little bit later on in the video. First, we're going to show you some of the other stuff that there is on offer here. And we mentioned those other Savannah animal exhibit areas that are in the Safari Resort, so we're going to have a quick wander around and have a look at those before we head back to the safari park.
So you have to hear this amazing doorbell. Are you ready? One perk of staying in the accommodations here is that you do get exclusive areas to places like this, which is a little beach for harbour seals. There are harbour seals in the lake. I have seen them. In fact, you can only see the harbour seal enclosure if you are staying in the accommodations, because they don't have access to them in the main zoo area.
This gate behind me here is the exclusive Safari Hotel entrance, so you just scan your ticket there. I don't really know why I have to scan your ticket, because if you're staying here you get your entry included.
Yeah.
So surely the only people that can come through that gate, I don't know, but anyway. So you just scan your ticket, and you can see here we're walking over the drive-through safari here. So we're going to go enjoy some of the theme park, and we'll catch you back at 5:30 when we'll show you a little bit more around the village, and we'll show you the evening meal as well. So we're just wandering around the Safari Resort, which is enormous, by the way. It's huge. And if you think of those clips that we showed you earlier of outside the hotel where you've got the Savannah area, the hotel actually has the smallest Savannah, believe it or not. So this is the second Savannah, which you can see stretches from all the way over there right across here. And this isn't even the biggest one. This is the medium sized one, and there's an even larger one. So that most of the animals are the same, but this one has
Ostriches.
I think we've got ostrich as well.
Oh, have we? Oh, didn't
Yeah, I need to check them out because I can't quite remember, but I think this one has like 1 or 2 extra animals, and the larger one has some 1 or 2 animals that we don't have as well. But you can just wander around. You can go see the harbour seals, which I think you might have seen them talking about earlier. You can just wander around, and there's a couple of viewpoints. Like you can see this one, there's a viewpoint, so you can look out onto this area here. But the site is huge. The amount of lodges here is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And then they've got lodges for the Savannahs. They've got lion lodges as well, and then they've got harbour seal lodges.
And there's actually a raised viewpoint as well for the lions as well, which you can see. So wherever you're staying, you can wander around and you can see all of the other animals fantastically. It's probably hard to tell here because it's a sort of L shape, but this is the biggest Savannah. It goes like sort of right up there somewhere, and then right down there. Sort of curves right round and goes past the main building. I'm sure they were just playing Planet Zoo music.
It did sound like the music from Planet Zoo.
It sounded very much like Planet Zoo music. The main building behind us here serves the whole of the Safari Resort. There's a restaurant in there, there's a kids' play area in there. It's hell in there at the moment. There's some sort of character doing a dance and it's like a sensory nightmare. There's some bowling in there as well, and a bar and a swimming pool as well. Yeah. And they do also have a shop. We've picked ourselves up some
Dutch cereal.
Some tiger-themed cereal. We've got breakfast here, so we're not going to eat it today, but we will eat it at some point. It looks amazing. There's a crocodile one as well. I don't know if you can see, but there's a crocodile one as well. Oh no, you just messed it up now. Look. They do also do zebra and bear, but they only had these 2 in the shop. We also picked up some Dutch confectionery. We do always like to try the local confectionery, don't we?
Yes, but
any Dutch person can tell me whether this is a good choice or not. I don't know. We're going to see later, aren't we? So we're going to relax for a little bit, and then we will show you the evening meal. You do get a choice of evening meals here. It's not included. Only breakfast is included, so you can either eat here or you can eat across at the lake resort, or you can just go out and do your own thing, really. But there is an a la carte restaurant, I believe, at the Safari Resort, and there is also a buffet restaurant. Right. Time to go eat, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, the evening meal is not included with your stay. Breakfast is, but evening meals are separate. There's a choice of 3 restaurants here. You've got Nomos, Moto, and Amma. Regular viewers will know that I'm a very fussy eater, so I'm limited into where I can go. Nomos is a fine dining set menu, so that was an immediate no. There was no chance we were going there. There is also Moto, which is African-inspired grill, but it's not quite... I mean, one of the dishes is just African meat with banana chips, isn't it? So it's a bit like, and because it's a la carte, I didn't really want to pick something that I might not eat. Anyway, we've gone for Amma because it's a buffet, so I don't know exactly what type of food there is on offer, but at least we know there's a wide choice. And the good thing about Amma is that your drinks are included in the price that you pay as well.
That is cool.
So we're going to go have a look at that and see how it is. So this is Amma. This is where we're also eating breakfast, isn't it? There's some sort of robot thing over there. Can you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about. And then the buffet's just through there. So shall we get up and have a look at the buffet?
Yeah, it looks really nice in here. I like the
it's
decor.
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, lots of greenery, lots of trees.
So the one's going to be brave and go for the dish of the day, which is completely ominous. Some sort of wrap.
What's that vegetable?
We'll see how this turns out in a bit. This one over here has gone for a variety of stuff. I've gone for a fair variety of stuff actually. We've got croquette in the middle. I'm very excited for that. Try not to freak out by the fact that things are touching. Of course there's chips on there because it's not a meal without chips, is it? Moment of truth, we're going for the dish of the day.
Yeah, looks like there's some sort of vegetable in there and then maybe cheese around the outside. See what it's like.
Come on, we're all waiting. We're still waiting.
That's quite nice. I think it's leek. Some leek and some pepper, cheese.
Good though?
Yeah, it is good, yeah.
This one's like a dog though, he will eat anything, so just take that with a pinch of salt.
I think deciding what puddings to have is going to be a bit of a hard choice, don't you?
After seeing what you did at Fantasland, yes, I can imagine. Pudding for days. Pudding to couple dogs with me, Adam, when we found out. Oh, puddings are always a hard choice, aren't they? We've gone for a fair few. We've gone for a little bit of everything, and we still haven't tried the popcorn, have we?
No. Now they've got like an ice cream cart as well. And it's like cart. Is it cart door? Yeah. And there's somebody actually on there now.
Yeah.
So you can have an ice cream cone too.
I don't think we're going to have room for that. Barely have room for this and the popcorn. But I'm going to go for that popcorn either way. I went to get some popcorn. Do you know what? I'm not actually sure if you're supposed to mix it up. But that's what I've done. There's like popcorn, some peanut snacky things, and I'm not sure what these are, but they kind of look like rainbow drops. Yeah.
Oh, aye.
And taste like them as well.
As much as I wanted some popcorn, I was defeated by them puddings and I could not handle any more. But I was going to put some syrup on mine. I'm surprised I didn't.
Where's your syrup?
It's by the pancakes. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even have the pancakes.
No, we didn't have the pancakes.
But no, that was too much. Oh, positively stuffed after that, if I'm truly honest. But that it was good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. As usual with the buffet, there was a lot of stuff that didn't really go with anything else that was there.
No, and they had a side which was all like Sunday dinner sort of stuff. So they had a bit of a breast of roast chicken and some gratin and peas and carrots, and they had no Yorkshire puddings though, or gravy.
I don't think anywhere outside of England has them, or outside of the UK anyway. But it was good. I've definitely been to buffets with a bit more on offer, but I definitely think what was there was really good.
Yeah.
And it tasted really good as well, because often buffet food can just be a bit...
Can be a bit, bland.
Cause even the puddings,
yeah.
I often find at a buffet, like puddings, they're either
sound good, but then don't...
Yeah, they don't ever taste as good as they sound.
But were good, actually.
They were banging, weren't they? Especially anything with passion fruit on it. Oh.
Yeah, the passion fruit tart. And then the almond mousse thing at the end as well.
Oh, God, you were salivating over that, weren't you? That was really, really good. Ooh, can hear the lions roaring. So we might have an evening walk around and go see some of the animals. But for now, we're going to head back to the lodge and go get a cup of tea, because we brought our own Yorkshire tea bags with us. No offence to the Dutch, but I am not drinking Lipton. It's not happening.
So we woke up this morning and been greeted to a couple of giraffes and a couple of zebra. don't know if you can see them that well, 'cause it's still a little bit dark. But a zebra there eating. Oh, you can just see the giraffe walking into the sheltered area. There is another one, but it is stood under the tree. Oh, actually, there's a giraffe over there too. Oh, and in the distance, there's another walking giraffe. Oh, but this is amazing to wake up and see. And there you can see the resort where we'll be going for breakfast.
Good morning. We are going to Amma again, this time for breakfast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fairly standard European breakfast,
Yeah.
but we'll have a look. We'll show you what there is available. Not a great deal in the way of cooked breakfast, is there? To be quite honest.
Not when it comes to cooked stuff anyway. The bacon's a bit strange. It's like bacon bits.
The top of it.
Yeah.
We've also got cauliflower for breakfast.
Yeah, for breakfast.
I'm going for it anyway.
Yeah. And potato wedges. Oh, they do have though a cheesy omelette, which cheesy scrambled egg, which sounds quite nice. I've never seen that before.
And picked up some. They don't actually say what they are. It's these little vitamin shot things. So you just go for it.
Cheers. Ah, that's good. Cheers.
No idea. Try this one. Nice, whatever it is, a bit pineapple-y. It's a bit yogurty.
Yeah.
Apricot-y? I'm not sure.
The first one tasted a bit like a Barocca.
Probably one of the more peculiar breakfasts that I've ever had, if I'm truly honest. Yeah, it was nice, but it was a bit odd, wasn't it? It was
a bit odd.
Again, like nothing really seemed to go with it.
Really go together.
No, I've never had sesame meatballs for breakfast before,
No,
or cauliflower, or yeah, they were. Everything was nice. Everything was really nice. It was just not what I was expecting. Yeah, it was an odd mix of stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't compare to a Fantasia Breakfast.
No.
Or a Paradise breakfast. Oh, this one here was having cheesecake for breakfast and loving life, weren't you? But yeah, all very, very nice.
I did consider having something sweet for breakfast today, but I couldn't handle it, especially after the food we had last night.
Yeah, after the 25 desserts that we had last night. So breakfast over. That's pretty much everything Beekse Bergen Resort has to offer. So let's go through the pricing. So the Savanne Room cost us €297.50, and we paid an extra €29.50 for the first floor Savanne Room. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I think considering it's less than 30 quid
it's
to
not bad
upgrade,
at all,
you definitely get a better view.
Yeah,
you would still have an amazing view if you're on the ground floor, but if you are on the first floor, you can see a little bit more. You've got a bit more of a vantage point, so I would say it's worth it for the extra 20 whatever quid it was. Now the evening meal at Amma, I will be honest, was a bit more expensive than expected. That was €47.50, and I do think for what it offers, it was a bit more expensive than I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a decent buffet, but not that decent.
No.
Not decent enough to pay that much.
But you do have a choice of where you can go, and to be fair, like you don't even have to stay on resort. You can go off resort if you want.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to pretend that any of it is cheap to any degree, to be honest, but I think you've got to consider you do get 2 days entry to Beekse Bergen, as well as I think 5 other attractions you can visit whilst you're here.
Yes, they do. They do a zoo pass. Which lasts for 7 days.
And when you compare it to UK parks as well that offer similar experiences, Chester Zoo, Westminster Safari Park and Port Linth for the same date were all offering similar packages, not exactly the same, but similar for much, much more, double really in cases compared to this. So when you compare it to stuff like that, it's actually a really good deal, isn't it? And the parks, the view that you get from here is absolutely amazing. So, like I said, I'm not going to pretend that it's cheap, but in comparison to the value that you would get back home, like, this is leaps and bounds, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is,
Really,
it
really
is.
is. It's amazing.
And to wake up and see giraffes and zebras and ostriches in front of your balcony was
Yeah.
fantastic. Even before we saw all them, we saw
Yeah.
little baby rabbits chasing each other.
I don't quite think it's beat Paradisa as
No.
my favourite accommodation, but I definitely think it's secured a nice number 2 slot when it comes
Yes.
to animal park accommodations.
Yeah.
It really has. And if you are staying, I can definitely recommend using up the 2 days in the park. We haven't got the time,
haven't
but
got time to go to
I would
another zoo
definitely
today.
recommend the 2 days because it's a huge park.
Huge zoo.
And you get the time to sort of sit and enjoy this as well. In fact, you can the second day you can even wait a little bit longer, can't you? And
Yeah.
just sit and enjoy the animals outside your room.
You don't have to check out till 11 a.m. And yesterday, check-in is usually 3 a.m. Sorry, 3 p.m. But they did email us and say that we could check in early at 1 a.m.
1 p.m.
Sorry, 1
What is
p.m.
wrong with
What is
you?
wrong with
Seriously. But we absolutely cannot recommend it enough. So go and watch the Beekse Bergen vlog that we've done. Go and watch all of our other Netherlands stuff because there's plenty coming up. For now, though, thank you for watching. Drop us a like and we will see you
next time we do stuff?